Hello everyone, welcome to the new video lecture of subject Interconnected Power System. Myself Himanshu Joshi, I am an assistant professor in Sri Labhubhai Trivedi Institute of Engineering and Technology, Rajkot. We will continue our discussion for the chapter number 5, that is the frequency and voltage control methods. So today we are going to discuss about the turbine speed governing mechanism which is used for the frequency control. So this system consists of mainly four important part or component. First one is the speed changer, second one is the fly ball speed governor, third one is the hydraulic amplifier, and fourth one is the linkage mechanism. So this is the schematic diagram for the turbine speed governing system. So this is the first part, that is the speed changer. It has two operation in lower speed mode and upper speed mode. If we want to increase the speed, then we will operate speed changer in this direction, that is the lower direction. So in the lower direction it will provide the power output setting for the turbine. So if we will shift that speed changer in the downward direction, then more steam will be admitted to the turbine, and hence speed will increase and frequency will rise. Reverse will happen when we will move the speed changer in the upward direction, that means in this direction. So this is the basic working of speed changer. Now second one is the fly ball speed governor. This is the second part, that is the fly ball, or we can say that speed governor. This is the main heart of the system, and its basic working is to sense the change in speed, or we can say that its mainly working is to sense the change in frequency. We can say that as speed will increase, if speed will increase, then this fly ball moves outward and this point B also shift to the downward. Clear? If there is an increase in speed, then this fly ball will move outside and this point B is also moves to the downward direction. Now on the same way, reverse will happen when speed or frequency will increase. So this is the second part, and that is the speed governor, or we can say that fly ball speed governor. Now third component is the hydraulic amplifier. So it has mainly two parts. First one is the pilot valve and second one is the main piston. So that is the pilot valve and main piston. If we increase or if we enter the high pressure oil, then this piston will go, this main piston will go downside, and on the same way steam flow will be increased and hence frequency will increase. So that is the main function of this hydraulic amplifier. Now fourth part is the linkage mechanism. Fourth part is the linkage mechanism. So we can say that this point A, B and C, that is the rigid link, and that is pivoted at point B. And second one is the C, D and E. It is pivoted at point D. So this link mechanism provides a movement of the control for the valve operation, which is proportional to the change in speed, or we can say that it is proportional to the change in frequency. So This is the turbine speed governing mechanism and its working. Now let's move towards the second point, that is the mathematical model of speed governing system. Now we are trying to derive the mathematical model for this speed governing system. So for that, assume that the system is initially operate under steady condition. So steady condition means the change in demand is slowly and steady. So under the steady condition, the linkage mechanism is stationary, pilot valve are closed, steam valve opened by A, define the magnitude, turbine running at constant speed with turbine power output balance for the generator load. So this is the stable condition of our system, and for that only we are trying to derive a mathematical model for speed governing system. So operating condition will be characterized by F0, that is the system frequency, or we can say that initial speed or initial frequency. Pg0, that is the generator output, or we can say that turbine output if we will neglect the generator losses. YE0, that is the valve setting. YE0, that is the valve setting. So this 0 will indicates the initial condition or initial operation under steady condition. So we are trying to obtain a linear incremental model around this operating condition. So let's consider the point A on the linkage mechanism, which is moved towards the downward by a small amount. So that means we will move this point A in downward direction. That means we are going to rise the speed, or we can say that we are trying to increase the frequency. So with this we can say that if we will move downward direction of point A, then a command which goes to the turbine power output to change the power, or we can say that to change the steam flow. So if we will shift the valve position in downward direction, then we can say that the change in valve setting will be delta YA. Clear? We can say that change in valve setting is delta Y, but it is at point A, so we will write as delta YA. So if we will change the setting of delta Y, then command signal will be induced, and that can be written as delta PC. So the amount of valve is proportional to the amount of command power. Clear? So we can say that this delta YA is proportional to delta PC. So Kc, we can write Kc as proportionality constant between valve setting and incremental power. So we will change the valve setting on the same way, power amount of power will also change. So that is the proportionality between delta Y and delta P. So this Kc is the proportionality constant, and we can say that this delta PC will be commanded as increase in power. So delta PC, that is the command signal. So if we will move downward the point A, then the sequence of event will look like this. Pilot valve moves upward, high pressure oil flow on the top of the main piston and move that piston in downward direction. So this is the signal. Point A will move downward direction. Second one is the pilot valve will move upward direction. So this pilot valve will move to the upward direction. and high pressure oil flow on the top of the main piston, and then main piston will move to the downward. So high pressure oil will enter, and due to that piston will move to the downward direction. So steam flow will enter and speed and frequency will increase. Clear? If we will move this point a downward direction, so this pilot valve will go in the upward direction. So due to that, high pressure oil will enter and it will move this piston in downward direction. So steam will enter at this point, and due to that speed and frequency will rise. Speed and frequency will rise. So the third point is steam valve opening the consequently increases and turbine and generator speed will increase. That means frequency goes up. So the two factor will contribute for the movement of C. This is our pivot point near to the pivot point C. So at this point two main factor will be considered. So first factor is delta YA. So delta YA contributes to the proportionality by L2 by L1 multiplied by delta YA. If we will take L2 by L1 as constant, so that is equivalent to minus K1 into delta YA. This is the minus sign we have considered because the movement is downward. So delta YA contribute, which is equal to minus K1 into delta YA, or if we will replace delta YA that we have already derived over here, delta YA is equal to Kc into delta Pc. So that is equal to minus K1 into Kc into delta Pc. So that is the contribution of point A, and which is equal to minus K1 into Kc into delta Pc. Now increase in frequency delta F, it will cause the fly ball to move outward. So that is the point B moves downward, which is proportional to, let's suppose that proportionality constant is K2 dash into delta F. So this point A and B has the effect on point C, and that is equal to the proportionality constant of L2 plus L1 by L1 into K2 dash into delta F. Clear? This effect will be also there at point C, and that is proportionality constant of L2 plus L1 L2 plus L1 by L1 into K2 dash into delta F. So finally we will consider this as the single constant of K2, that is equal to L2 plus L1 by L1 into K2 dash, and that is we have considered as single K2. So the net effect of delta YC, that is the addition of these two, that is the minus K1 Kc into delta Pc plus K2 into delta F, and this is our equation number 2. So delta YC, net movement of valve at point C, that is the net effect at point A and net effect at point B. So we can write delta YC is equal to minus K1 Kc into delta Pc plus K2 into delta F. Now consider the point D, the movement of point D, that is the amount by which the pilot valve open. Clear? At point D, the net effect is proportional to the pilot valves open. So at point D, there is a two effect of point C and point E. So we can see over here, point D has two effect of C and effect of E. So we can write delta YD is equal to L4 upon L3 plus L4 into delta yc plus L3 upon L3 plus L4 into delta ye. So we will take this as single constant K3 and this has the another constant of K4. So we can write delta yd is equal to K3 into delta yc plus K4 into delta ye. Now consider the last at point E. So point E, that is due to the so at point E there will be a oil, high pressure oil, which is admitted into the cylinder, and that high pressure, the amount of high pressure oil is proportional to the time taken by the steam valve to open, or we can say the time taken for the steam valve to close. So that is the continuous duration, and we can say that the movement of valve at point E, that is the function of time, because there will be a time taken by the oil to enter into the cylinder and steam valve to open or close based on the operation. So over here we have taken the integration, because the movement of valve at point E, that is the function of time. So we can write delta ye is equal to integration constant K5, or sorry, proportionality constant K5, integration from 0 to K minus of delta yd into dt. So that is the movement of delta ye. So these are the mathematical equation which is required to make the mathematical model for the speed governing system. So mathematical modeling, we are going to consider the input and output. So we can say that what are the input and what are the output for this mathematical equation. Clear? So basically we can say that there is a two types of input and one type of output for this mathematical model. So what are the input and what are the output? So we can say that first input is change in frequency. Clear? First input is change in frequency, and second input, that is the valve setting. So let me write over here delta y, or first input and second input is the valve setting, or in the same way we can say that this valve setting is proportional to the incremental power or command power. So we can say that our second input is command signal. So I can write delta PC, that is our command signal. So we have two types of input. First one is the change in frequency and second one is the command signal, and our output is at this point. Output is at this point. So I can say that output is our valve setting at point E. So I can take output as delta ye, output at delta ye. So for our mathematical model we have two types of input. First one is the change in frequency, or we can say that delta f. Second one is the command power, that is the delta PC, and our output is valve setting at point E, delta ye. So we need a mathematical equation which covers all these three variables. Clear? First one is the delta f, second one is the incremental power or delta PC, third one is delta ye. Clear? So we are trying to derive a mathematical equation which has all these three variables. First is the change in frequency delta f, second one is the incremental power delta Pc, and third one is the valve setting at point E. So we are going to use all the equation number 1, equation number 2, equation number 3, equation number 4. Clear? So to derive the mathematical model, we have to convert all the equation into the Laplace domain. We have to convert all the equation in Laplace domain. So we will use equation number 2, 3 and 4. This is our equation number 2, this is the equation number 3, and this is the equation number 4. Clear? So equation number 2 is delta yc is equal to minus k1 kc delta pc plus k2 into delta f. So its Laplace transform is equal to delta yc of s minus k1 kc delta pc of s plus k2 into delta f of s. So this is our first input, this is the second input, and this is our output. So in all the three equations we have input and output. Now second equation number 3, that is the delta yd is equal to k3 into delta yc plus k4 into delta ye. So this Laplace domain or Laplace transform is delta yd of s is equal to k3 into delta yc of s plus k4 into delta ye of s. And fourth equation is delta ye is equal to k5 integration 0 to k minus delta yd into dt. So we know that the Laplace of integration is 1 upon s. So this k5 minus sign will be taken over here, minus k5 delta yd of s. So these are our new equation of equation number 5, 6 and 7. So we know that we need a equation which consists of delta f, delta pc and delta ye. So in equation number 7 we have delta ye. So we have to replace delta yd. So I can write this equation instead of delta yd. Clear? But it has delta yc. So I have to replace this delta yc with this equation. Clear? So our first step is put the value of delta yc over here. So in equation number 6 we will replace delta yc. So put equation number 5 into 6. That means we have to put this equation into equation number 6. So this is our equation number 5, delta yd is equal to k3 into delta yc plus k4 into delta ye. So this is our value of delta yc. We will replace delta yc with its actual value. This is the value of delta yc. So entire equation is in terms of delta ye, delta f of s and delta yd of s. Clear? So pc, f and ye, we have all our three variables, output and two input. So we have to replace simply delta yd. And how can we do this? We will replace delta yd into equation number 7. So this is our equation number 7. So we will put the value of delta yd. This is our value of delta yd. So I have replaced delta yd over here. So our entire equation has output, input, input and output. So just we have to simplify this equation to get our mathematical model. So simplification steps is like this. This is delta ye minus k5 1 upon s. So first I will multiply the k3 with bracket. So equation will becomes minus k1, k3 will be multiplied over here. So minus k1 k3 kc delta pc of s plus k2 k3 into delta f of s plus k4 into delta ye of s. So next I will multiply s with delta ye. So over here S into delta YE. Again I will multiply the K5 with all this term. So over here minus minus becomes plus, K1, K3, K5, Kc into delta Pc of S. Over here plus minus minus, so K2, K3, K5 into delta F of S. Similarly over here plus minus minus, so K4, K5 into delta YE of S. So again S into delta YE of S, it will look like this. So over here also I have the term of delta YE of S. So just I will shift this minus term into this side, minus term into this side. So this minus will become plus. So this is the remaining term. So over here I can take YE of S common. So in bracket there will be a S plus K4 into K5. And similarly over here I will take the common term K1, K3, K5, Kc. So I will take the common K1, K3, K5, Kc. So in bracket there will be a delta Pc of S. Over here K2 will remain as it is, K3, K5 has been taken as common, so I have to divide with K1, Kc. So finally we have output delta YE is equal to, this is our numerator and this will goes to the denominator. So over here S plus K4, K5. So this is our output equation, that is the valve setting at point E. So this is the equation of delta YE. So in this, again in denominator I will take K4, K5 as common. So this is the numerator, K4, K5 has been taken as common. So over here remaining term will be 1 plus S upon K4, K5. So again K5, K5 will be cancelled. So the constant will look like this, K1, K3, Kc, and I can write this denominator K4 as denominator of numerator. So K1, K3, Kc upon K4 multiply by delta Pc of S minus K2 upon K1, Kc delta F of S whole divided by 1 plus S upon K4, K5. So this is the equation of delta YE. Now I will write this equation with some arrangement. So this is the numerator constant, this is the 1 plus S upon K4, K5. This is our input. Now I will write all the constant with some symbolic representation. I will replace K1, K3, Kc upon K4 with this constant Ksg, and this Ksg is the gain of speed governor, gain of speed governor. This is the Tsg, this is the Tsg, which is equal to 1 upon K4, K5, and this is the time constant of speed governor, time constant of speed governor. Over here also there is a spelling mistake, so let me say sorry for that. This is the speed governor. This is the gain of speed governor, that is the Ksg. This is the Tsg, that is the time constant of speed governor. And this constant I will written as 1 upon R. So I can write R is equal to K1, Kc by K2, and that is the speed regulation of governor. So this is our final equation, and that is the turbine speed governing mechanism, that is for the mathematical equation for the speed governing system. So this is the final equation, and based on this final equation I can draw the block diagram which represents the turbine speed governing mechanism. So we have two types of input, delta PC of S and delta F of S. So we know that incremental power or power command signal is at input side. So I will represent first delta PC of S, and frequency we will measure at output side. Clear? So we can say that frequency comes with feedback. Frequency comes with feedback. So I will represent delta F of S at output side, and this is the feedback gain 1 upon R. Now this both signal will be added with negative feedback. Clear? So this is the summing point, this is the negative feedback, and this is the feedback gain 1 upon R. So what will be the output over here? Output is equal to this 1 by R will be multiplied with delta F of S. So this is the delta F of S multiplied by 1 upon R. This is the minus sign. Delta PC of S is positive. So output at this point is equal to delta PC of S minus 1 upon R into delta F of S. Now this entire signal is multiplied with the constant KSG into KSG upon 1 plus TSG into S. So this is the block which represents the entire gain KSG upon 1 plus TSG into S, and the signal multiplication of this two signal is our valve setting at point E. So this is the output of delta YE. So this is the basic block diagram representation for speed governing mechanism or speed governor system. So thank you very much for this wonderful session. We will conclude our session. If you have any doubt, any question, you can give your doubt and question in comment section. Again, thank you very much.